Hello, it's Helen here from HelenMartinOnline.com. How are you going? It's awesome to be live back here on my page after being away in Vegas. So I'm back home here as you can see now. So it's awesome to be back home and to be able to share some awesome content with you on my Facebook Lives coming up about all the things that I learned in Vegas. There were 17 speakers all up from the conference that I attended in Vegas. So I've got so much content to bring you, over the next sort of week or so. It'll probably be longer than that, actually. Hey, Leslie, how are you? Lovely to see you on live. Hey, Rob, nice to be back and to see you guys on the screen again. I've really missed you. If you've not jumped on a live with me before, it is Helen here from HelenMartinOnline.com, and put the number 1 down below if you've not watched a Facebook Live of mine before. So just to give you a bit of a background, I am predominantly here to teach people how to build their home-based business, entrepreneurial business, network marketing business online. So I teach skills like social media branding, lead generation, video marketing, etc. But once a week, I jump on and I talk about a mindset topic, like a personal development, something that can help you be a better version of yourself. Hey, Tamara, how are you? Lovely to see you on live. So today is the day that I normally talk about, like a mindset, personal development. Oh, thank you, Leslie. I appreciate your comment there. Talk about personal development mindset. So I'm still going to do that today. So you're going to have to hang out tomorrow and the rest of the week for me to share what sort of I learned in Vegas. So please stick with me. We'll jump on tomorrow. It will be this time again. I'm an hour earlier than I normally am because I've just got so many webinars and other Facebook Live trainings that I need to do this week, bit of catch up from going away. But tomorrow when I go live, I'm going to share with you sort of my experience in Vegas. I want to show you a couple of awards that I got given on stage, share that with you, and just give you sort of my 3 biggest takeaways from Vegas. And then I'm going to continue to deliver you in the days after that, the various topics that I learned from Vegas, and sort of bring that content to you. I hope you can see me okay today. From me looking at the screen, my face is really dull. It's really bright outside. It's winter here. So going from Vegas to here again. So we talk Celsius. So it was between 40 and 45 degrees Celsius in Vegas every day. And like it's winter here. So Fahrenheit, that's well over 100 if any of you can help me out. I think it got to 115. Is that around 45? I'm not quite sure. But very, very hot. But it is great to be back, and awesome to see you guys on live. So if you are here with me live, please say hello. Tell me where you're coming in from. If you are watching the replay later, then just put the word replay down below so I can give you a shout out after. So what I'm talking about today is a personal, it's 30 degrees here. So that's got to be Celsius, I'm presuming, not Fahrenheit. If that was Fahrenheit, that'd be freezing, wouldn't it? Help me out there, Rob. I'm not sure if you're talking Celsius or Fahrenheit. So let's talk about you. Now, the reason why I mention and talk about mindset and personal development once a week is because it really doesn't matter how many skills you have in building your business online. If you haven't got it going on up here, then you're just not going to execute the things, that were the skills that you've learned. Hey, Whitney, is it morning already here? It certainly is. Are you on still the same day as when I spoke to you last night? Isn't it weird, like time zones, you're night, I'm day. I've been to bed since we've spoken. Maybe you haven't. I'm not sure. Crystal, hello, Crystal from the USA, Iowa. I'm a fall and winter person, friend Brett. I'm not quite sure what that means, but you must love winter is what I'm sort of gauging from that. I love it, and you'll get to see this in the weeks coming when we really get into winter here, and it's grey and it's raining and Celsius. So that's lovely. I'd love about 30 degrees Celsius. Whitney, I haven't been to bed yet. Isn't that weird? So since we spoke, I've been to bed, slept, got up, exercised, been on a coaching call with a student, and now I'm doing a Facebook Live. So it's bizarre how the world works. roundabout way. Anyway, back to topic. So there's lots of skills that you can learn, and I can teach you how to brand yourself online and get leads and, create curiosity and all the things that we need to learn to build your business online. But if you've got blocks, if you're really hard on yourself, you put yourself down, you tell yourself you're not good enough, you worry way too much about what other people are thinking, you're not going to take the action that you need to take to move your business forward. So I will never stop talking about personal development and mindset because it's often the bigger part of the equation rather than learning the skills. So you can learn really cool skills on how to build your business online, but if you are sitting in self-doubt, if you are sitting in fear, if you don't think you're good enough, then the skills don't matter because you're not going to execute the skills. So that's why I talk about this kind of stuff. Crystal, we're Monday here. My wife and I share the same Facebook. Oh, cool. What country am I in? I think you're asking me. I'm in Australia. So it is, what is it now? It is, I've almost lost days. I'm still a bit jet lagged, mind you. I'm still waking up at like 3 o'clock in the morning going, I'm awake now from Vegas, just, adjusting to the time zone because we actually lose a whole day when we fly back. So we left Vegas on a Wednesday. We flew for 34 and a half, well, it took us 34 and a half hours to get home, which is a long time. Let me tell you, it's a long time to wait around airports, sit on really long flights, but we got home on a Friday. So we miss Thursday, just whoop, disappears, it's gone. So yeah, your body clock's, a bit all over the place. But it's all cool. This is the beauty of building your business online and things like Facebook Lives is it doesn't matter where you are. There's some of you on the other side of this screen here that I've built great relationships with and I've never met you in person. But the power of the internet and building your business online and connecting through, social media platforms and, video content and stuff like that enables us to build pretty cool relationships, even though we've never met in person. So, Rob, you got to take action. I did. So let's get back to topic. Do you beat yourself up? Do you tell yourself, I'm not good enough, I don't know if I can do this? Maybe it's something more personal. Maybe it's, you've eaten too much or you've eaten too much chocolate, so you beat yourself up about that and you just got all this, putting yourself down stuff. And when that happens, it actually really does us a lot of damage. So what we want to learn to do is kick that in the butt, get rid of it, get rid of beating ourselves up, because when you do that, what we think we're doing, so you kick yourself in the butt and you go, oh, you idiot, why did you do that? You haven't done this, or you've overeaten again, or why did you eat that much chocolate, or you didn't go to the gym again when you said you would, you were going to start a diet on Monday, it's now Wednesday, you haven't, I've done it again, I'll start next Monday, what does it matter, I've destroyed it anyway, I'll eat another piece of chocolate. There's all sorts of things that we do. Can anybody relate to that? If you can relate to any of those things that I just said, put the number 1 down below. I know I do it. It's like, yeah, I'll start the diet on Monday. And then Monday comes around and it's like, oh, I'm feeling really tired and whatever. And I'll just sort of have a piece of chocolate and, I've blown the diet now because it's Monday afternoon. So I'll start next Monday. That kind of stuff. And we beat ourselves up and it's go, oh, you idiot, why did you do that? And so we think by beating ourselves up, it gives us the motivation to change. What actually happens in reality, when you do that, you're actually still focusing on the negative and you're putting yourself down, you're beating yourself up, you're talking really negative thoughts to yourself, and it actually keeps you there. So we think by beating ourselves up, I've done it again, that's it, I'm going to start next Monday, or I'm going to take action tomorrow, or that Facebook Live that I said I was going to do and I haven't done, I'll do it tomorrow, like, you idiot, another day's gone by and I haven't done it, and we go through this self-loathing, vicious cycle. So we think by doing that, and it unfortunately becomes really natural for us to do that. That's the way we're brought up. It's the way, things go wrong in our life, and we're very quick to jump to the negative. What we need to do is be more forgiving of ourselves and get out of that self-loathing and the beating yourselves up, because by doing that, you're going to stay stuck. You are always going to stay stuck. So when we wallow in the negative and we beat ourselves up, you actually attract, and you would know this, you actually attract more of what you focus on. So if you're focused on beating yourself up, putting yourself down, talking negative to yourself, then you actually attract more of the same kind of behavior. Same thing as the diet thing, you've done it again. You said you were going to start the diet today. It hasn't happened. I'll start next week. What does it really matter? And so for the rest of the week, you eat junk food again. That kind of thing. So it's really negative self-serving when we focus on the negative and beating ourselves up and that kind of self-sabotage. So what are 3 things that you can do to stop that? Now, all this stuff to do with mindset, I say this over and over again, and I'll say it again now. Your brain is actually made up to keep you safe. So things that are safe are comfortable. Things that make you uncomfortable are where success happens, where progress happens, where growth happens. So you can't go on a diet and lose weight without getting off the couch. But going to the gym when you don't feel like it, when it's raining, or you're really self-conscious about yourself and it's like, well, I don't look like them, so I'll just lose a few kilos first, then I'll go to the gym because I'll look better. That kind of thing. So we need to get over that and take some steps to really stop this sort of self-loathing so we can take, action in the right way. The scary bit, yeah. So it is important to remember your brain is actually designed to keep you safe. Unless you train your brain to think otherwise, you will always keep yourself safe, and keeping yourself safe and comfortable won't often give you the results that you are looking for. So yes, Leslie, you need to get out of your comfort zone. Having success in your business, having success in your life, losing weight, taking action when you really don't feel like doing it, it's always generally uncomfortable things. So you must remember the only way that you can actually make progress in your personal life, in your fitness, in your health, in your business, is to actually get uncomfortable. So we're getting rid of the comfort zone, okay? So just keep that in mind, that being comfortable doesn't help you progress or shift through the problems that you have. Now, step 1 with all of this is that you've got to have a great level of awareness of what you're saying to yourself. Now, know that your brain is going to keep you safe and comfortable, but let's say something goes wrong or you're not taking the action that you know you should, so you beat yourself up with that, mentally. So you're saying, you idiot, why haven't you done that? Oh, I just don't know, just making all these excuses. Melanie, excellent comment. Break the habit and create a new habit. Love that, because that's the only way you're going to make changes in your life, because we create habits from when we're really young and we don't even know that we do it. So things happen and we unconsciously make decisions in our life that we're not good enough. Or maybe you didn't win the running race when you were 6 years old and somebody said you didn't try hard enough. So then suddenly you make a decision in your life from when you're 6 years old that, you're not good enough. I know that might not make sense to a lot of you, but this is how we end up with really bad habits, usually from stuff that's happened in our childhood. So if you really want to change, if you really want to succeed in your business, if you want to be happier, if you want to be healthier, if you want to, impact people in a positive way and have thriving relationships, you need to change and you need to create new habits. So these 3 steps that I'm talking about now is a way to break through the habit of stop beating yourself up. So 1, what are you saying to yourself? Really take a mental note. What are you actually saying to yourself? So something happens. You've set yourself up to do something. Maybe it's business related and you know you were going to do a Facebook Live and you didn't do it. Why didn't you do it? because you didn't prepare yourself, in enough time. You didn't do proper planning, and now, it's getting too late in the day. I can't really do a live now, so I'll just do it tomorrow. And then there you go again. You haven't done another one. Like you said you were going to do it tomorrow, and you haven't done it tomorrow. And all this stuff runs through your head of, I know, I'm not good enough, whatever it is that's going through your head. So step one is really taking conscious thought. What are you thinking about yourself? Are you actually saying to yourself, oh, you've done it again, you idiot. I really don't like myself. If it's weight or diet related, those kind of things, you look in the mirror and go, oh, I don't like what I see. Like step one is really taking a mental note of what you're actually saying what are you thinking to yourself? What are you actually saying in times of disappointment? When you feel you've disappointed yourself or others, what are you actually saying to yourself? If you want to change your life, you need to consciously retrain your brain to create new habits. How do you do that? You need to think about what you're thinking about. This is simple, but it's not easy. And this is why it's really simple not to do. What is simple to do is simple not to do. But if you want to make major changes in your life, you need to think about what you're thinking about. I hope that makes sense to you. Does that make sense? If it makes sense, put the number 2 down below for me. Melanie, you're your own worst critic. Absolutely. What you say to yourself, what we say to ourselves, would you ever say that to another human being? I bet you wouldn't. The things that run through your mind, would you ever say that to somebody else? So somebody does something wrong and they go, oh, I was going to go live today and it got too late and I procrastinated. I was thinking too much about what I was going to talk about and I didn't do it. Like, I'm such an idiot. So someone who's telling you that, you're not going to turn around to that person and go, yeah, you're an idiot. How could you not do that when you committed to yourself that you were going to do it and you didn't do it? Like, get with it, you loser. You would not say that to another human being, but I bet you say it to yourself. So this is where step one, really consciously taking a mental note of what you're thinking and what you're saying to yourself. No, definitely not. I would never say the things I think about myself sometimes ever to my 4 daughters exactly. So how we treat ourselves is often really poor. What we say to ourselves and what we, think about ourselves is often not really positive. So if you wouldn't say it to somebody else, maybe take a double check of whether you should be saying it to yourself. So step one there is really taking a mental note. What are you actually saying to yourself? How badly are you putting yourself down for not doing the things that you sort of thought you were going to do or promised you were going to do? So you were going to start the diet on Monday and it didn't happen. So a friend of yours doesn't start a diet on a Monday. Would you turn around to them and say, you loser, are you eating the chocolate again? I don't care how bad you're feeling. You're an idiot. Can't you just commit to the diet? You would never say that to a friend or another human being. So why would you say those kind of things to yourself? So this is taking a real mental note of what you're actually saying to yourself. Leslie, I would use encouraging words with them and help them to have a positive outlook. Very good, Leslie. So what do we need to do to ourselves? We need to take that advice that I just read out of yours, Leslie, and do it to ourselves, which we don't do. We beat ourselves up all the time. So step one is taking a mental note of what we're saying to ourselves. Step two is, how does it actually make you feel? Tune in to the feeling. How do you feel when you're beating yourself up? Oh, I'm an idiot, but I feel fantastic about it. It's not how we physically feel, is it? So one, we're saying really bad things to ourselves. And secondly, how does that actually make you feel? You feel down. You feel depressed. You feel upset with yourself. You feel frustrated with yourself. If you've ever felt those things and said things like that to yourself, put the number 4 down below. I think I just skipped 3, but let's go straight to 4. I know I do. I'll make a goal and then I don't stick to the goal. And it's like, why did you do that again? Like, you idiot, whatever. And how does that make me feel? I'm not feeling very positive about myself. Like, I'm feeling down about myself and I'm feeling disappointed in myself. So step 2 is tuning into the feeling. Now, does that serve me? Does that serve you? Yes or no? I would presume most of you are going to say no. So when you tune into the feeling and it's like, this does not feel good, then we know that step 3, you need to make a commitment to yourself to take control of your thoughts and think in the positive. It doesn't make any wrongs right. It doesn't make something that you've committed to doing and you didn't do it right, but it is what it is. Don't beat yourself up about it. Maybe you didn't achieve something you wanted to achieve. Maybe you set yourself a goal and you've just not done it. So there's no service to you by sitting there going, you idiot, you've dropped the ball, you've wasted all this time, you've wasted weeks of taking no action, it's a month down the track and I haven't done anything I said that I was going to do. And so you're talking negatively yourself, you feel like crap because of that. And does that serve you? Should we make it wrong? It is what is. What's happened in the past has happened in the past. It does not serve you to dwell on that. Do you agree with me there? If you agree with me there, put the word agree down below. So let it go. Let it go and have a great level of awareness of what you're actually saying to yourself and how does it feel. And it's like, okay, I'm talking really negatively about myself and it doesn't feel particularly flash. So what's step 3? Okay, I'm going to commit that that's what is, that's what was, that's what happened. It's not wrong, it's not right, it's just what is. So let be what is. It doesn't serve you to sit on it, dwell on it. It's like people that have issues in relationships, friends, parents, relationships, ex-relationships. They hang on to this stuff for way too long, sometimes years. You finally communicate with somebody and say, that really upset me or that really hurt me, and you have it out and like half an hour later, it's like, why didn't I have that conversation years ago? And suddenly you've let it go. Years of turmoil. Same thing with things that go wrong. It doesn't serve you to hang on to the negative. Okay, so I didn't take the action that I said I was going to. Okay, so a month, 2 months, 3 months has gone down the track and I haven't achieved anything that I said I was going to. Okay? That is what is. That was what was. It's not now. Right, Rob? Cut it loose. Let it go. It doesn't serve you to hang on to any of that crap. So then you turn it around and you commit to going, okay, that's what was. This doesn't make me feel good. I'm talking down. The only way you can really turn this around is to learn, and this is the hard part, learn to love yourself, learn to forgive yourself, learn to look yourself in the mirror and go, it's okay, I'm a work in progress. Maybe I didn't achieve what I wanted to last month, but I can move forward now and treat myself kindly. The only way I really make progress with myself is when I stop putting myself down. I stop beating myself up. And it's like, okay, I didn't achieve what I wanted to, but I'm just going to let that go. And it's okay. I'm a work in progress. I'm learning. One of my problems is I expect way too much of myself in all different areas of my life. Now, when you do that, you put a lot of pressure on yourself. And when you don't achieve what you want to achieve, you end up putting yourself down. Who's got an amen to that? Not an amen as in you know, that's right, but that you feel the same way. Rob, I use that work in progress. Yeah, so our expectations of ourselves are often really, really high. So learn to be okay with the fact that you don't always achieve what you want to achieve. And don't make it wrong that you haven't done the things that you said you were going to do. Just have a mental awareness when you are thinking, putting yourself down, it's like, oh, I'm doing it again. How do I feel? It doesn't feel good. I'm not loving myself at the moment. I'm actually really hating myself at the moment for what I've done or what I haven't achieved, or the block of chocolate that I ate that I shouldn't have, you know, those kind of things. It's like, okay, yesterday was yesterday, today is today. I need to love and respect myself enough to not put myself down. I need to love and respect myself enough that I do need to go and do the exercise, because I know when I exercise it makes me feel better. I need to love and respect myself enough not to bury myself in a block of chocolate, because I'm worth more than that. You know, whatever it is for you. This is across the board. Business, relationships, friendships, weight, health, you know, whatever it is. You can use this strategy across the board. So when you're putting yourself down and you're saying bad things to yourself, you need to feel that and question it not give in to it. You need to create new habits. The new habit you want to create is talking nicely to yourself, respecting yourself for who you are and recognizing that you are a work in progress, and that's okay. So let it be okay. Stop beating yourself up, because when you do, you're focusing on the negative. When you focus on the negative, what do you get? You get more negative. So retrain your brain to let go of the negative, let go of the negative feelings, concentrate on the positive, make it okay that you haven't achieved what you want to achieve, and just move on. But remember, you need to respect yourself and value yourself enough and start loving yourself in a way that you're going to be kinder to yourself. When you can make that shift in your thoughts, circumstances you often can't change. Your thoughts, you are 100% in control. Maybe not initially, maybe something happens and it's a shock or something, and you have an initial shock, upset, cry, something's gone wrong, something overtake your emotions and you have no control. But after a few minutes, make no mistake, you are choosing your thoughts. So you may have instant reactions to circumstances. That's okay. That's life. That's just how our emotions work. But after a few minutes, you are choosing to stay in that emotion. So make a conscious choice not to sit in negative thoughts. Make a conscious choice not to put yourself down. Train your brain to have new habits in the positive. Unless you train your brain to do this, you are going to stay stuck with self-sabotage and beating yourself up probably for the rest of your life. That's why I talk about this stuff once a week, because it's so important for you to be really conscious of it. Really conscious of it. So when you're doing it, you're thinking about it, and you're thinking, this is not cool, I need to turn around these thoughts. The more often you do that, it will become second nature. It will become your new normal. It will become your new habit, and you will start to have a better relationship with yourself. When you have a better relationship with yourself, you'll have a better relationship with others. And when you have a better relationship with yourself and others, everything else in your life will thrive. You will look after yourself better. Your health and your well-being will become more important to you. And your business will thrive because you're on fire. You've got more self-respect for yourself. Does that make sense? I hope that you get a strong message through this Facebook Live about how damaging beating yourself up, self-sabotage, putting yourself down, having these negative thoughts, and burying yourself in the feeling. You'll get stuck in that circle for weeks and months and sometimes years. The only way you can overcome this is to have a real mental awareness of it and start to create new habits. Because remember, your brain keeps you safe. Safe is comfortable. Things that are comfortable aren't going to help you grow. Things that are comfortable aren't going to get you off the couch. Things that are comfortable aren't going to help you grow your business necessarily. So we've got to get uncomfortable. You've got to get out of your comfort zone, and you've got to put some effort into retraining your brain into the positive. So Rob, you attract what you think about. Absolutely. So when you're beating yourself up, you just bring more of beating yourself up. It all starts with you. Absolutely, Rob. Positive self-talk is key. Yeah, so it's the start of creating new habits, and it's catching it. So the very first step that I spoke about is awareness. Unless you're aware of it, like we often talk down and negative to ourselves, but we don't often think about it. This is the difference here. Now you need to have some awareness of how you talk to yourself. That's the only way you're ever going to change it. So I hope that gives you some insight and some valuable information today about how you might be able to stop talking down to yourself and, beating yourself up, and some little tricks to sort of start overcoming that. It takes practice. It's not going to happen overnight. Anything that involves retraining the brain and creating new habits is going to take some time. So put the effort in, guys, because you are worth it. You are so worth it. We are all worth, stepping into a better version of ourselves every day of our life and into the future. So that's probably gone a little bit longer than I intended to, but as you know, I'm really passionate about this kind of stuff because it all comes down to us. It starts with us. Our relationships, our relationship with ourselves, our relationship with other people, our relationship to our business, and whether we're successful or not, it all comes down to us and how we think. So it's really, really, really important. If you got value out of this live today, can you just put the word value down below so I can get an indication of whether this information is helpful to you or not? And I look forward, I'll get off my soapbox now. That's my one Facebook Live this week that I talk about personal development and mindset. So the rest of the week is going to be good, juicy information that I'm going to bring you from Vegas and what I learnt from there. So tomorrow I am going to share with you my 3 biggest takeaways from Vegas. And I went through all my notes last night about all the 17 different speakers. And I've got so many topics to bring you over the next, few weeks with great information. So join me this time tomorrow, a little bit earlier than I am normally because I've got so much going on this week. But join me tomorrow to get an update of, an overview of what I learned in Vegas and my 3 biggest takeaways from the conference that I attended. And if you're not even sure, or this is the first Facebook Live that you've been on, you don't even know why I went to Vegas, I'll explain that to you, tomorrow as well. So thank you for your feedback, guys. Your comments that are saying value. Leslie, Rob saying valuable. Patricia, value. Helen, that my thinking. Not quite sure what that meant, Patricia, but you did say valuable, so I'm hoping you got some great information out of this live. So I will see you tomorrow on the Facebook Live. It's awesome to be back, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye.